story's yours.
All right, welcome back to Mostly Sports, Mike and Jay. We are on Mondays, 11 to 1 on ubnradio.com. We're on iTunes, we're on Stitcher, every podcast site imaginable. But we've had a lot of people ask us if we're going to be doing any draft coverage on Thursday night, live stuff, or doing a draft follow-up show late Thursday night or even Friday morning. Unfortunately, we are only on Mondays. Now, we would love to be at the draft. We'd love to be doing a live show during the draft.
Live tweeting, though. Definitely
live tweeting for
and
sure on at Mostly M&J, at JFDev76, at Mike Scavati. But we need more sponsorship. Westside Tennis Academy has been phenomenal. They're the reason why we're on the air right now. We need something else. We don't want to just be on 1 day a week. We want to do 5 if possible, but we're going to start out with asking for 2. So if you are in position to sponsor our show or would like to even have your own segment on the show, if you are a sports fan,
we're for sale.
Who has the means, we are absolutely for sale.
I want to be like a NASCAR driver with stuff
awesome.
all over me.
We never got the datum line stuff yet. I got to meet up with Francis to get that stuff. We're going to try and get some Harold Hill stuff on the air. That'd be a nice little sponsor.
Mm-hmm.
But we want to be on a couple days a week. We want to be able to do stuff because by the time we're on next Monday, you guys are all going to have a lot of your draft information. You're not going to have the expertise that we can offer on Monday morning. That's why you're going to listen to us.
That was a great sales pitch.
Was that all right?
Yeah, I want to sponsor the show now.
I'd want to sponsor it too.
That's good.
Oh, I think we kind of are sponsoring.
Yeah, we are. Wait, okay. My bad. But no, it's going to be great. We're gonna definitely like live tweet. We're going to be all over the draft. You know, that's basketball is something that we're pretty passionate about. We talk about it every week. So, no, we're going to be all over that.
And we are going to get into baseball. Like I said before, it's just kind of boring right now. I mean, Kershaw, no hitter. That's about as exciting as it gets. Baseball scoring is down historically like 23% or something from 1968 when they decided, after that, when they decided to put the DH in the AL. I think the DH is coming soon in the National League because sometimes it's painful to watch a team get a little bit of momentum and then the pitcher comes up and the inning's over. 2 simple rules, 2 simple solutions for that. Put the DL in the in the National League and or lower the mound a little bit, which they did in 1968. Just do that. That's simple. Don't make a big deal about it.
You're dying to talk some baseball. I can feel it. That's twice you've brought it up this show.
Well, we should be talking about it. It's we're getting to the summer. We'll get there eventually, and then hopefully football gets there quick.
We should be talking about Rocky.
Well, that's what we're going to do next.
Because last week we got so geeked up on Rocky IV, Karate Kid.
Karate Kid.
It took like an hour to talk about those two movies.
We went off on Karate Kid for about a half hour.
And we could have gone like another 2 hours on the Karate Kid.
We could have got another 2 hours. But we finished off saying it was one of the best. And USTA player tweeted us, I remember. He was saying that you were talking about montage scenes and how great they are in those 80s movies. Karate Kid had one of the best. When the song starts, when you're the best around starts and Daniel rolls through that tournament, and then he gets to Johnny and the music stops. That's one of the best montage scenes.
It's a lost art in cinema today.
You can get. And we're going to play this quick.
Sweep the leg. You have a problem with that?
No, Sensei.
No mercy.
He sounds so meek. No, Sensei.
No, Sensei.
No, Sensei.
When in reality, he's one of the toughest kids in the 80s.
Well, that's how intimidating John Kreese is.
Billy Zabka.
All right, so what we talked about it last week. So
Karate Kid is awesome. Karate Kid's awesome.
It sucks because Rocky is a great movie. Rocky won the Oscar. Rocky started Sylvester Stallone's career. It's a guy that had nothing.
I had to make these arguments for some of the crappy movies I had to back up.
It's set in my hometown of Philadelphia. It's you drive around this great historical city, the birthplace of democracy, the birthplace of our country. We have statues of famous Americans and Rocky.
Famous Americans.
We have famous Americans and Rocky. Rocky fits into that. It's just that's where this argument gets so tough because I love the Karate Kid so much. But Rocky is a movie that everybody has seen. His training scene is one of the most famous training scenes ever. Burgess Meredith, Mickey, the greatest trainer, the greatest motivational guy maybe in movie history. You always think about the guy pumping up the athletes, getting them going. I mean, Mickey's up there. He's on the Mount Rushmore. Again, Adrian Balboa, buzzkill. God, I know he needs a love interest, but man, awful. I despise her. Her drunk gambling brother, very entertaining. You gotta love Paulie. Paulie's with him to the end. The cool thing about Rocky, he didn't win. we're so used to seeing people win. Genius that he didn't win. Setting up like future movies. He knew. I mean, Sylvester Stallone was playing chess with this one. Great music. Fantastic music. Every time you hear the Rocky music, do you not get pumped up? You know, anybody who goes, have you been to Philadelphia?
Of course, I've been in Philly.
Did you run the stairs to the art museum?
Yeah.
I mean, everybody does it. You drive by the art museum every day. You see people running the stairs, jumping up, arms in the air. Fantastic.
We did it at 6 a.m. I went to school in D.C., went to Atlantic City for the night, decided it'd be a great idea at 5 a.m. to run into Philly because it's so close, grab some cheesesteaks, and
how was AC? Did you win money?
Yeah, of course, always.
All right, that's what I like to hear.
Come on.
So, you know, drinking the egg yolks, beating on the big slabs of meat. I mean, there's so many like iconic images from Rocky that are ingrained in every person's head that while I love the Karate Kid, like with every fiber of my being, it's not Rocky. It's not a fair fight. You know, if we put Karate Kid ahead of Rocky in a sports movie tournament, we're just doing a disservice to our entire tournament. You know, Rocky started it all. Without Rocky, there'd be no Rocky 4. And Rocky 4, as I've said, is already the great. I mean,
I think Rocky 4 is better than the original.
I'm not hiding it. In my mind, Rocky 4 is going to win this tournament. If we get to a battle and it loses, I will be. It could happen. It could definitely happen. You could make a compelling argument if it faces Bull Durham or it goes against Hoosiers or whoever we get into the finals or whatever.
Yeah.
But right now, I mean, Rocky 4 is fantastic. So I can't kick out the father that spawned Rocky 4. All right, and I really want to see a matchup of chubby, kind of doughy Shylock Rocky versus new age steroid jacked up Rocky. I think that would be a compelling second round matchup that, you know, we really can't take off the table.
It would be, and I mean, this was Stallone, written, directed, everything, rewritten a million times, launched his career to the stratosphere.
They didn't want to put him in the movie.
Right.
He wrote it, and they were like, oh, they wanted to buy it, but you can't be in it, and he held on to it until he was allowed to star in it.
The integrity for something like that, and again, we have a million writers who are friends, producers trying to make it in this town right now. Every single one of them would sell out in a second, I feel like, for something like this. Obviously, it's changed quite a bit. But now here's
just call all your friends sellouts.
Yeah, we just said we're going to sell out too.
That's true. We're all for sale. That's right. Never mind.
Now here's the deal breaker, okay? And again, this is not the best sports movie of all time. It's not the which movies won the most Oscars, which does AFI think is the best, all that crap. This is our favorite sports movie of all time. You get home later. You don't have to go to work today. You got nothing to do until 10 minutes later.
Yeah.
You get in, you flip around the channels, all of a sudden you see Rocky running up the steps, or you see Daniel LaRusso putting on the Miyagi-Do karate dojo, and, you know, Johnny and Dutch and Billy and all those guys walk in. What movie are you going to watch? What movie stays on?
I'm groaning and moaning because you're 100% right. I mean, if that is the tiebreaker, you know, how we're gonna do this, then yeah, I mean, that's a tough one. I would much rather watch it's not as heavy. I don't want to watch a heavy movie. Rocky's a little heavy.
Of course.
Karate Kid's fantastic in that way. If that's the tiebreaker, then I mean, I don't know what to say.
Boom, Karate Kid. Moving on to the next round to fight Rocky 4.
You just want Zabka. You want Zabka to tweet you.
We got
That's the only reason you're doing this.
No, he's tweeted me before. How awesome would it be to have
it would be
Zabka
awesome to
call
have
in?
it. But not at the expense of my integrity.
No, your integrity was gone a long time ago, dude. Karate Kid moving on the eve of its 30th birthday of release. 30 years ago, this past weekend, it was Karate Kid, it was Back to the Future, it was Ghostbusters, and some Star Trek movie. What a monster weekend that was 30 years ago today. You are never, ever going to have another weekend like that.
That fucking crane is not going to work versus Rocky, just so you know, in the second round. All right? Rocky 4 is going to pulverize.
Oh, that's going to be a battle. We need everybody.
Vegas just came in with the odds.
What are the odds?
Rocky 4 is a minus 700 favorite in the second round versus
Karate
Kid.
You are out of your mind.
I don't make the odds, buddy. Vegas does. Vegas is rarely wrong. So there you go. All right, what's the next?
And we got another quick fact about Rocky from Joe Nasty. Rocky's dog, Butkus, was actually Sylvester Stallone's dog in real life. Wow, whipping out the good facts, huh? All right, so just a quick update on the numbers. Let me bring them up here. Second round, we have Hoosiers against White Men Can't Jump, a little
Battle.
basketball battle.
Be a battle.
We have come to a decision on Rudy versus Miracle, and I didn't get enough votes. Miracle is moving on to face my favorite to win the
Justice
whole thing, Caddyshack.
prevails.
So we got that side. Then we got Bull Durham against the next winner, either Major League, Remember the Titans. And in the fighting quadrant, Karate Kid has moved on to face Rocky IV. So, next up, the last battle of the first round. We got Major League and a movie that you wanted to put in that was your gimme. Remember the Titans. So
I love
let
that
me give
movie.
a quick clip here.
He no help. Curveball.
You trying to say Jesus Christ can't hit a curveball?
Okay, Harris, let's not start a holy war here.
It's a classic line from Major League, one of the better movies from. It's still considered an '80s movie. It was out in '89.
Take it, my man. Let's see what you got.
Let's do it. All right, Major League coming out a little while after some serious baseball movies. You had 8 Men Out, which explored the 1919 Black Sox scandal. You had Field of Dreams, which is, I mean, like you just said, against Rocky. It's just a heavy movie. It's not the kind that you watch a few minutes of. You're gonna watch it. You know you got to invest a lot of time, and it's gonna be heavy on you the rest of the day. It's gonna weigh on you. Major League I put in the same category as, well, no, sorry, not the same category because I think Bull Durham is better, but it is along those lines. It's serious. It has that dramatic effect. It has
Wait, what?
plenty of comedy.
Major League was serious?
Major League, are you kidding me?
What
At
were
the
the
end,
serious
when they were
parts?
playing the Yankees to win the pennant,
Yeah, but that wasn't
that
serious.
got so serious. When they went back to
Dude.
Rick Vaughn, Rick Vaughn wasn't ready to pitch that last game. He thought he was the #1 starter, the clear ace. He wouldn't wear glasses. And then all of a sudden, he says, "Give me Vaughn," against Clu Haywood, who owned him. He was like 4 for 4 with 4 grand slams against him.
And then Haywood had the most
are you kidding?
ridiculous statistics of any, like,
when they
batting
open the
490
door
with
and you hear the
72
beginning
homers.
of that Wild Thing song, and Rick Vaughn comes out transformed back into his old self with the motorcycle jacket with the ripped off sleeves and the glasses with the skull and crossbones on them, that's about as dramatic as you get in cinema. I don't care about Titanic or any of that other bullshit. That is up there as dramatic as it gets. You have the underdogs sneaking into camp. Wesley Snipes sneaking into camp. They lift him out of bed before the first day. He wakes up, the whistle's blowing. He goes, "Shit, I've been cut already?" Willie Mays Hayes, come on. He pulls up in the old 67 Beetle with the Rolls Royce thing on front. It's just classic. And then if you want to get a little bit mushy, because I know you love
I love mush.
this part about it, you have the whole love story with Jake Taylor.
I just love
and
Renee Russo.
Russo.
Renee Russo's
Russo's awesome.
fantastic,
She's
yeah.
fantastic. I love her.
2 appearances in this tournament, by the way. Tin Cup and Major League.
Yeah. Yeah.
Little
We had
tidbit.
another one with her on the fence, I think. I can't remember. I'm not sure. We'll figure that out.
Get Shorty?
No, that was on the bubble.
Oh, okay.
We had that ahead of Sandlot. That should piss a lot of people off.
Absolutely.
Anyway, Major League,
Keep
and not
going.
to mention
I'm
the
loving
comedy.
your passion right now
You
for
turn-
Major League.
because
you're
I don't think
fired up.
Remember the Titans belongs anywhere near this. For everybody listening, I wanted Sandlot or Any Given Sunday over
Stop
Remember the
sucking
Titans.
up to people. Just keep going. You're killing it with
And
Major
again,
League.
I'm
You're
going
dominating
to
this.
bring this out. I'm going to say, if Major League is on for a few minutes, there's no down point. Actually, the one down point in the movie is when Jake Taylor goes to the library to go see Renee Russo, and they talk about Moby Dick and all that crap. That's like a 3-minute down point of the movie when he follows her home from the stadium in the bullpen.
And the
bullpen car, which
and
needs to
then
be
he,
brought back. I don't know.
But
why
then he
that ever
follows
was
her home to her apartment,
done. Which she's in with the
and he
new-
takes her skirt off with his cleat.
Yeah.
Genius move.
Oh yeah.
Remember
yeah.
that? Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking when he goes to the fiancés and he goes, "Yeah, it's great. We got uniforms and everything." There's so many classic lines in Major League. It's great.
Bob Uecker.
You got Bob Uecker
Bob
too.
Uecker, amazing.
I mean, he calls the games for the Brewers. He was calling everything. He was hysterical in the movie. Charlie Sheen, Corbin Burnson. Corbin Burnson was awesome. Roger Dorn at third base when Lou turns around, pisses on his contract. It was just, I think it was very, obviously not realistic, but it resonated with a lot of people because it gave people love the behind the scenes stuff with baseball, and this was kind of similar, a very cartoonish version of it. But it's the kind of movie that you could turn on for 5 minutes and then walk into the kitchen and do stuff, and you look again, and there's a funny line coming up. There's a locker room stuff. He's going to say the Jesus Christ curveball thing, all that stuff. Not to mention you had an asinine owner who had no business taking control of the team, who wanted to move, wanted the team to lose, to move them away and go to Miami.
All right, how much of a black eye does Major League get because they made Major League back to spring training or whatever it was called.
I think it was 1995, and I blocked that from my brain.
But does that have an effect on the original? The fact that they spawned Major League 2 actually
think so.
wasn't awful. The third
wasn't
one was
bad.
horrific with Scott Bakula.
Back to the minors.
Back to the minors,
Yeah.
yeah, whatever it was. I think that if you're a movie and
You got
you're
a problem
making,
with Scott Bakula?
I love Scott Bakula, but like he's not.
He's got 80s written all
He's
over
not
him.
Behringer. He's not Tom Behringer, but like
You had
Rocky.
your boy playing the Minnesota Twins, coach. It was like his worst performance ever.
Who's that?
From Married with Children.
Oh, Ed O'Neill.
No. The son-in-law.
Oh yeah, Jefferson.
Yeah.
Wow, the guy with the great McGinley, Ted McGinley.
Ted McGinley.
Yeah, fantastic. But if you have a responsibility as a great movie, if you're going to make sequels, they have to be pretty good. Rocky made those great sequels, so like it makes the first one even
I
better.
don't think so. Godfather 1, Godfather 2.
All right,
it wasn't ruined by Godfather
I'm just trying to
3.
find any kind of a hole
I
because
know.
I love Major League. Major League's fantastic.
It's great.
You
And
can't go to a
you got
baseball game and
you got a
not like
crappy
quote
end
it.
there. Yeah.
But more importantly, you're just throwing Remember the Titans just out, giving it no chance at all and no credence. Remember
No,
the Titans
because-
is a fantastic movie. Again, true story. You cannot beat real life. Real life beats anything made up any day of the week, twice on Sunday. Denzel Washington, one of the best actors we've seen ever in the history of the craft of acting, murdering it as the coach. You got little Hayden Panettiere, his daughter, the daughter of the assistant coach. She's fantastic. The fact that you don't like this movie shocks me.
You got to get it.
frankly.
Get your thoughts. You got a lot going on. Get your
I got a
thoughts
lot
together
going
right
on
now.
because
we can play this while you get it together. again.
because the
Jesus.
oh you're
I like him very much. But he no help with curveball.
You trying to say Jesus Christ can't hit a curveball?
okay,
All right,
great. We
got
get
it together.
Great
All
scene.
right, let's hear it.
But with Remember the Titans, again, we were talking about a true story. We're talking about, the South in the 70s. All right, we have a racial divide. We have segregation going on. A school brought together blacks and whites. A lot of strife. Great acting. The football players actually played football. Again, very important. I need to see actual sports getting played.
I like
we
that.
see quite a bit of football in this movie. Great speeches, not only by Denzel, but the assistant coach, the guy who's in like Armageddon. He's in all these, like, he always plays like the second fiddle guy. He's always fantastic. His little speech, I want you to remember forever. The night they played the Titans, when he gets them all fired up. That's one of that gets me fired up every single time. When they go to their little preseason training facility, and Denzel takes them on the run through Gettysburg and talks about like all the people dying and got to bring everybody together. And all of a sudden there's harmony. You got white guys singing Motown songs. You have the long-haired guy. What's he? The quarterback. Are you just not helping me out at all here? You're just like leaving me
No,
out.
I'm just letting you go. I don't want to
I
throw
mean,
you
you've
off.
seen the movie,
Let's bring it
correct?
up. Yeah, like 10 years ago, I think I saw it. Let's see.
It's Sunshine is what they call him. He's the kid from California. He comes in. All of a sudden, they have their quarterback. It's a really good movie. It's a feel-good movie. It's a Disney movie.
Yeah.
Okay? You can't really, in a Disney movie, you're in this little template. You can't stray too far outside the lines. So it's not going to be terribly controversial, but it's a great movie. It's a great sports movie. It has all the things you like. If it's on, you watch it. It has great acting.
Ryan
Great-
Gosling, Kate Bosworth.
Ryan Gosling in there. A lot of guys coming up. Then Gary Bertier, the guy, true story, before the championship game, gets hit, gets paralyzed. They go out and win.
Kip Pardue.
Kip Pardue was it? Yeah, absolutely. He was in a movie with Stallone about auto racing. I believe Driven, something like that. A little tangent right there. But, I mean, this is a half-hearted attempt because I'm kind of on your side with the Major League thing. But Remember the Titans, to me, more is I'm defending it to you is like, why don't you like that movie? What didn't you like about it?
To be honest, I haven't seen it in a long time. Every time it's on, my wife watches it.
Your wife has great taste.
Yeah. But she'd also pick Major League.
She likes The Bachelorette as well, a show that I absolutely love. And Bachelorette
Yeah.
in Paradise is coming on here in a couple weeks, and we're going to cover that.
We got to cover that. We got like
Definitely.
10 minutes left. We're going to cover that in like the last 2 minutes. I'm pretty
Maybe
excited.
the last 90 seconds.
Okay. I mean, this
Major
is
League. I
tough
mean, it's that
decide.
simple.
Major
I mean,
League moves on.
I love.
I'm not
I
taking
love
anything
Remember
away
the
from Remember the
Titans.
Titans. I know a lot of people were pissed that we put it in. This was probably the most controversial
those
movie. This and
people-
Jerry Maguire.
Well, Jerry Maguire was not a sports movie. At least this is a sports movie where sports are being played. Jerry Maguire is a great movie, but it's not a sports movie.
You could
Anybody
say
who,
Rod Tidwell wasn't playing football.
he played and he got hurt. So how good was he playing it?
Then he jumped up and
And did like he break
"You
dance.
know."
It's not a break dancing movie.
No, then we would have put breaking in.
I love breaking.
Oh, Ryan Colucci would have loved to put breaking in this one. All right, so are we cool with that? That it's moving on?
All right,
Major League.
first round is over, and we are battling now in the second round. We're gonna take on one of the second round batches right now.
I got a text from Jay Sco saying, Sunshine is Victor in Rules of Attraction.
Oh, okay.
So that's Kid Pardue, right?
Kid Pardue.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
Okay.
fantastic.
So second round matchups, Hoosiers. We I think I'm gonna toot our own horn for a second. Say we did this well, not only with the fighting quadrant. So we're gonna have Karate Kid against Rocky IV.
Yeah, blowout.
That's fantastic. That's gonna be a battle.
Okay.
I think I actually, you know what? I think I may have
we got to save that
gone
one,
100% on Karate Kid. I don't know what I can do without being repetitive.
Well, Hoosiers and
second
White
round.
Men, we have to wait on that one too.
Hoosiers and White Men. We haven't even started that one.
So I'm saying, I don't think we can do
we're
that
down
one
to
today.
we're down to the Elite Eight right now.
Yeah.
Oh no, we're not going to do that. We got Hoosiers, White Men Can't Jump. That's great. We got Miracle, Caddyshack. I think that's the biggest lopsided second round matchup.
Incorrect.
We have Bull Durham against Major League. 2 baseball. We got 2 baseball, 2 basketball, and 2 fighting. Duking it out.
We did, and we didn't necessarily set that up that
We
way.
didn't.
That just kind
Absolutely
of
not.
like luckily happened.
Bull Durham,
So,
Major League, which is going to be interesting because those are similar type movies. I mean, that's going to be a fun little debate to have. I don't know if we're going to be taking sides or just throwing it out there. If people, some of our listeners feel strongly, call us up next week.
Because we've already broken these movies down.
We've broken them
So,
down. Now it's up to you guys.
Yeah, like now we can talk about the movies, but
Right.
to decide which one is better, we need some help for that. For
And
sure.
if you don't want to call us, tweet us during the week with some of your thoughts, and we'll get them out on the air for sure. Last battle is Karate Kid against Rocky IV. So people are definitely going to have some thoughts about that. So we're going to be tweeting out, and we're going to be Facebooking and all that stuff
all right, if you had
all week.
if you had complete control over this, what's going to happen the rest of the way? What do you think
My
transpires?
finals matchup?
What would be your if you had to pick Hoosiers versus White Men? What would be your first pick?
Hoosiers.
Hoosiers. What about keep going around? What do you got?
My final 4 is Hoosiers, Caddyshack,
Okay.
Bull Durham, Rocky IV.
All right. I'm not too far off, but I would be Miracle over Caddyshack.
God,
absolutely.
Miracle
I love
barely made
Miracle.
the cut. I know you did.
But everybody I talked to, even yesterday, I was having conversations about Miracle and like how
Well,
it
yeah,
parallels
it's a
with what's
USA
going
game,
on
of
with this.
course.
Well, yeah, but there's parallels.
And then when USC plays Notre Dame in a couple months, all you're going to hear is Rudy.
That's 'cause-
Rudy.
Well, yeah, but that's only by Notre Dame fans. This is about Americans. It's something that's bigger than you and I, Mike. This is about our country. All right.
Yeah.
This is about the bonding of people.
All right, what's your other
And,
side?
Bull Durham
Mm-hmm.
and Rocky IV, obviously.
Nice.
So
Okay.
we'll see. I mean, let's see what people have to say. I mean,
mean-
I would love to get a little debate going back and forth, but I think those are pretty.
What do you think
obvious.
the best matchup is for those?
What in the semifinals?
Yeah.
I mean, Rocky IV versus Bull Durham would be tough. Hoosiers versus Miracle.
Oh, no, I was saying in the Elite Eight. Karate Kid, Rocky IV, or Bull Durham, Major League. Actually, no, that's not.
No, I'm telling you, Miracle Rocky IV, if I had control, would be the final. It would be either Hoosiers and Rocky IV or Miracle and Rocky IV.
Well, you do have a little say.
I do have a little bit of say, but
Yeah.
I don't have complete say. But
No,
like
none of us do.
You tried to kill Hoosiers in the first round. That's the funny thing. And you tried to kill Miracle in
Well,
the
that
first
was the
round.
deal. That was the first one. That's what we had to do. You took Hoosiers. I took Jerry Maguire.
Yeah, but I took Hoosiers because I love Hoosiers, and you love Jerry
I
Maguire.
love Hoosiers, too.
Yeah, but you wanted Jerry Maguire in there.
If
I
you
didn't
asked me
want
out
Jerry
of this
Maguire in there.
contest what movie's better, I say Hoosiers. But I had to fight for Jerry Maguire.
You fought really freaking hard for Jerry Maguire. We had to have the casting director guy call in and break the tie. You
Yeah.
fought too hard.
I fought too hard.
Yeah.
All right, so I got to dial it back a little bit.
Well, especially if like I kind of gave up on Remember the Titans for you because I like
Why are you
Major
giving
League
up
better.
on it?
I didn't give up, but like it's a waste of time because Remember the Titans is just
So again,
never going to
like Jay just said, we've broken everything down. If we have failed to broken anything down enough, call us back next week. We gotta figure this out because we want to move along, finish this, and get on to the next one. We are going to we promised it this week, but we couldn't break the tie if we wanted to do a KFC or a Taco Bell thing this morning. So instead, we got a burrito from Burrito Hub, which was spectacular.
And
I recommend getting a breakfast burrito from there.
And we're going to keep like these tournaments going. Like we're always going to have one going.
Yeah.
And if anybody has any ideas of a tournament they'd like to see, please let us know. We're thinking about maybe doing an appetizer tournament.
Oh yeah, that's right. We were
Yeah.
talking about that.
But
Buffalo wings versus chicken tenders and
Oh, if you had like
potato
buffalo
skin.
wings versus nachos in a final, I feel
God,
like we
that's
would
so
get
tough.
1,000 phone calls because people are so opinionated on wings and nachos.
Yeah, and if you want to come in the studio, let us know. If you want to sponsor us a little bit more, an extra day, let us know. Before we go, we got a few minutes left. We got to do Uncle Jay's Bachelor breakdown. Lay it on me.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. I didn't know I was going to do this today, but
Yeah, we got like 90 seconds
no, we're
left.
coming down to the end. Andy Dorfman is the Bachelorette. I don't know if anybody out there watches it, but there's a sports angle because the guy that apparently is going to win on Reality Steve, if you ever go to Reality Steve, which I'm sure you never do, Mike, is the brother of Aaron Murray, who was the Georgia quarterback.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And the older brother. He was a second-round draft pick in the Major League Draft. Georgia kid. Total cheeseball. Not a fan of this guy. He seems super fake. He was a second-round pick and flamed out of the minors in 5 years. All he's done is complain that the older guys were jealous of him because he had all the money. So that's kind of the sports angle of the whole thing. It's a great show. I don't know why you don't watch it with your wife. I mean, that's like it's the perfect viewing for you and your girlfriend or your wife. You know, you got to make some concessions on TV occasionally and watch something that's like not your favorite.
I'll watch a few minutes here and there, but I can't take it.
What do you watch with your wife that you wouldn't watch on your own that you watch religiously every week?
It's tough because it's summertime, so our DVR is a little scant right now.
Like a
What
show
do we
you'd be
do?
embarrassed to watch, like that you would never like tell your buddies, like, "Hey, I watched the show," but you literally watched it every week, and your wife got you into it, and then you find yourself strangely, interested.
I don't know. We're on the same page with a lot. I know this is a boring answer. We're on the same page with a lot of stuff. We don't, she doesn't make me watch anything ridiculous, and aside from weird prison shows and lockups and To Catch a Predator, I don't make her watch anything.
Does she watch Game of Arms with you?
She's getting into it a little bit. I don't want that's the kind of thing where I don't need to get her into
She
it.
truly
walks
is
by.
the better half for you. Look at this girl.
Oh, without
She's
question.
Yeah,
Are you kidding me? Game of Arms, one of the best reality shows ever.
terrible. But this Bachelor in Paradise that's coming up, it's like the All Stars, all the people that have
It's
been
like
kicked
the old
off.
Bachelor pad, right?
Yeah, and they're gonna like drop them on this island. It's gonna be really like I'm literally gonna talk about it every week when it comes on.
We could do a little 2-minute thing. I mean, because if people are listening, I'm looking at the message board now. You got no support, but what are you gonna do?
But I've been getting a lot of that. I get a lot of text messages from people like saying, "Hey, when are you guys gonna talk about something non-sports related?"
Yeah,
It is
and that's
called
what-
Mostly Sports.
That's why we're
so
mostly sports.
It's
Next week coming up, we got the quarterfinals. Thank you for that nice little. I actually learned a lot about the Bachelor, that thing with the football, Andy Murray, all that stuff. Quarterback Georgia. Next week coming up, we're gonna do the non-foodies guide to food. Let us know what you think. KFC Double Down or whatever Taco Bell just rolls out week by week.
dude, you could do seriously just a show on Taco Bell. Driving home from work last night, completely starving. That quesarito thing.
Did you get the quesarito?
Oh, bro, I got 2 of them.
Why didn't we do that today?
Because I had one last night. I got out of work at like 10 o'clock. I didn't want to have another one this morning. But it was, it's cheap as hell too. It's only like $2.50. And
Which is
it's
outrageously
gigantic
expensive for
Taco Bell, but it's huge.
Yeah.
No, I highly recommend that thing. And the other thing that I always forget that's on the Taco Bell menu, the potatoes, the Fiesta potatoes. You ever get those?
No.
They're amazing.
Never
It's like
had
a
'em.
little cup of potatoes with sour cream and salsa on top of them. Thumbs up. Fantastic.
Okay. Well, all right. We'll get it together and get it figured out next week. We are also due for a Lazy Man's movie review coming up with a lot of summer blockbusters and all that other BS Michael Bay type
Transformers,
stuff.
we could probably do that one pretty easily without
Yeah.
going to see it. We
Absolutely.
could break that one down.
Okay. Again, thank you so much for listening. Get us on Twitter at Mostly M and J. I am at Mike Scavati. Jay is at JFDev76. Thank you so much for listening, and stay in touch. We will be back at it next week, same time. Get us on iTunes, YouTube, and Stitcher in the meantime. Thanks again for listening. Thanks for everybody who called in, and we will see you next week. All right.